Oh, yes, indeed. Yes,
That
yes,
was
indeed.
great.
Yes, indeed. See, dance for your mid-out. We're still doing it.
Hello.
What's up, everybody?
How's it
Welcome to the
going?
show.
You know what's
Welcome
beautiful?
to the show. What's beautiful, Nikki P?
I just got the notification. We're
What's
on.
that? Oh, yes, awesome. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We are on. We are here every Friday night, and this is Mixture of Variety Entertainment. Mixture of Variety Podcast is what you're watching right now, the
Yes.
actual podcast. Entertainment, because we're going to take this to the next level soon. We're going to open up a dispensary. We're going to do all these things.
We're doing everything.
We're doing everything. That's why it's entertainment. You know what I mean? And I want to say a big shout out to the studio audience who is back in the building. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes. Finally, the studio audience is back.
Well, you know, they took the 3 months off, so I think they got confused.
Yeah, exactly. So
they showed up while we weren't even there.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So what's up, everybody? TGIF. Hope everybody had a good week. Nikki P, did you have a good week? I go by the name of Patient Zero, by the way. Nikki P, did you have a good week?
And I am Nikki P. It was suspicious.
Yeah. All right.
It was smug.
Right. Yeah, it was smug.
It was good.
Yeah. All right, good to hear. Yeah, a lot going on with the pod, and I'm just happy that you guys are joining us because we're here every Friday, like I said. And if you're here for the first time,
baby,
we're back with a vengeance. You already know what time it is.
Ooh, I just if you don't know, my back doing this.
You already know what time it is, and if you don't know, you better ask somebody. If you don't know, you better just Google us. Who is us? Me and Nikki P. That's right. Mixture of Variety Entertainment. We put the odd in podcast, but this is the future of podcasts for sure, 100%. We talk about everything from mental health and addictions, having sex with gay, midget aliens, and everything in between, Nikki P. There's a lot we talk about. If you are new to the show and you're just checking us out, really, seriously, just go back to our previous seasons. Go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/C/Mixture of Variety Entertainment.
Yes.
You will see all of our shows, and you can see that we talk about everything and anything. We have an awesome show for you tonight, Nikki P, don't we?
We do. And the beauty with YouTube, as you all just saw, I got the notification. But how does that happen? Well, first, please just type in Mixture of Variety Entertainment, podcast or no podcast. You will then click subscribe. Please like, comment, and share, and hit the notification bell.
Bing!
Bong, boom.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That's what it's about, ladies and gentlemen.
Cheers, everyone. We got a raspberry pink lemonade. Very nice.
Okay. All right. Very nice. Cheers. Nikki P, take a hint.
I got the hint.
You got the hint? All right.
Guys, if people are dropping hints, just take the hint.
Yeah, just take the hint, really.
We're crying out loud.
Nikki P, we do have a special show. Let's just tell people what we're talking about because we're going to talk about it after, the second segment of the show, which we're going to get into in a second. But what are we talking about tonight?
We are talking about Zen habits.
Zen habits. Big shouts to Zen habits.
And in particular, fearless mastery.
I love it, Nikki P. I love it.
Very
I really
fitting.
do. Yes. I mean, these days, it's all about fear-mongering, scare tactics.
Yes.
Trying to scare people into doing this or to not doing this or to stay home or to take this or to wear this or to do all these things.
Using fear to blind people from what's really there instead of letting anyone do their own research or have their own thoughts, views, and opinions. Oh my,
exactly.
Like we do.
Oh my, exactly. Well, yeah, all the above. That's exactly it. And that's why we're going to get into it. And we're just going to be, talking about mastery of that and how you can deal with fear and how fear plays such a big part in our life that how we can just push through boundaries. We can push through barriers. We can, conquer anything and we can go to the next level and to the next side. Because if we do break through those barriers and boundaries of fear, it's a wonderful life. It truly is.
It is.
It truly is a wonderful life. So, Nikki P.
Woo!
Before we get into that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Before we get into that,
Oh, excuse
I
me.
want to say big shouts to everybody watching, of course, but I want to say make sure to check out our audio show too, because
Yes.
sometimes it's just like sporadic. It's not like a set time right now, but sometimes you'll get an audio show, and it's really cool because until me and Nikki P actually figure out what's going on, really, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is.
What's going on?
I'm telling you what's going on right now. This is
Okay.
what's going on. Sometimes I have manic behavior. Sometimes I have so many thoughts in my head that I just have to get out, and I would
Yeah.
just press record on Anchor, and there you go. There's your podcast. I swear to God, like some of them are amazing just because of me doing that and just talking like that.
Yeah.
If you guys are interested in that, if you want to see me go off on a tangent and then off on a tangent and then off on a tangent, if you want to see some manic energy, you know, it is what it is. But me and Nikki P will start doing the audio show as well. But I just want to throw that in there. And if you're not following us on Instagram, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Instagram at Mixture of Variety. That's at Mixture of Variety. You'll be in the know. You'll know exactly what's going on with the show. You'll know what topics we're talking about that night. Right, Nikki P?
Yeah.
You'll
Maybe
just
even before.
exactly.
Maybe we'll put a little zinger in there for you.
Yeah, a little zinger.
Why not?
A little zinger like Granny.
Oh,
Granny's a little zinger. You know, she's still in prison, unfortunately, but
she is.
she is a wonderful lady.
No one bailed her out this time.
No, she's unfortunately she's still doing her thing. She's still doing her time, and she'll be back to the show
also follow
soon.
Granny
Yes.
on IG
Yes.
at Granny Dildo. One word.
At that is a fact. Nikki P did not just make that up, ladies and gentlemen. She did not just make that up.
Nope.
So with that being said, I think it's time for the second segment of the show, everybody's favorite segment of the show. Nikki P, are you ready?
I am ready.
Oh, yes.
Oh, man.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, studio audience. Thank you. Nikki P, it is
Everyone's
time.
favorite segment.
Yes. Do you want to explain mini holidays? Because I don't even know what it's about.
Well, here at Mixture of Variety, we believe every day is truly a holiday. And we should all take a moment and be grateful and thankful for the things that we do have instead of harboring in hate and resent for the things we don't have. So luckily for us, there is a list. Truly, every day is a holiday, and we're going to get right into it.
Let's do
So
it.
holidays for Friday, October 14th. Also, Halloween Ends came out today.
Yes, Halloween Ends. I'm not going to say anything because I saw it. Nikki P did not see it. She's going to see it after the show. And you just reminded me too that our Halloween special is in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, Nikki P.
Jesus.
2 weeks, our Halloween special. It's like it blew out all our views
And
last year.
guys, I would like
Yes.
to know though, I just want to throw this in. Please comment below what you think we will be talking about. Last year, it was the most haunted places in the
Yes.
Northeast, because I think we wanted to keep
Yes.
it local. In America or the Northeast.
Mhm.
And we don't know what we'll talk about this time.
Yeah, exactly. And we might steal your ideas. No, we have some ideas, but yeah, if you can comment, that would be even better.
Yes.
Definitely do that. So
Okay.
that's in 2 weeks. Don't miss it, ladies and gentlemen. What do we got, Nikki P?
It is Be Bald and Be Free Day.
Hey,
I definitely
There you go.
celebrated.
Yes, absolutely. Me too. It's a good day to be bald and free, you know?
For
It's
everyone.
also another one that I did celebrate. I don't know if you guys did celebrate. It's National Chocolate Covered Insect Day. Yum!
Oh, yes.
Chocolate covered insects. Nikki P,
Crickets
if you
I
had
have.
to eat a chocolate covered insect, what would it be?
Cricket
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
or an ant.
An ant would be good because you wouldn't even notice. You know.
It is National Dessert Day. That looks
All right,
really
that's
good.
pretty general, but I like it. I like it.
What's
I
your
like what's
favorite
going on.
dessert?
My favorite dessert. Oh man, there's a lot. I don't even know. Some type of like chocolate cake on top of chocolate with chocolate in it or something like that.
Sounds like a recipe for disaster for me.
Yes. Yes, exactly. What
Creme
about you?
brulee.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
All right. It's also thank you, Pete. It's also National Frump Day. National
Oh.
Frump Day. So, do you guys know what that means? Because I don't know what that means.
Also known as what? Also known as
National Frugal, Responsible, Unpretentious, Mature Persons Day. Okay, well, I mean,
Oh,
they could have
that's
said it like
us.
that. Oh, I get it, because that's what it stands for. FRUMP. Oh, all right.
Duh.
I like that. So we celebrated that. Took
We
us
are
10 minutes to
mature
figure out what it was,
persons.
but yeah. Right.
Oh, this is perfect. I definitely celebrated. It is National Lowercase Day.
All right. National Lowercase Day. Make sure you type everything in lowercase and write everything in lowercase.
Yes,
Lowercase only.
got it.
You know, it's funny. I had this laptop that I'm using right now
Yeah.
for the show, and I accidentally pressed the button. I had this maybe like 7 months. I
Yeah.
accidentally pressed the button, and my keyboard lit up, and I was just like, "Oh my god, that's the coolest thing in the world!" Like,
Isn't
I
that the
wish I knew.
best?
Yeah, I wish I knew it was like that 7 months ago. Anyway, speaking of lit up keyboards, it's also Vet Nurse Day, ladies and gentlemen.
Aw, with
Vet
the
Nurse Day.
kitty.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice.
Right.
I didn't even notice the little kitty. Aw.
Ooh. I was thinking about making this. It is World Egg Day.
World Egg Day. Very nice. That's actually what me and Nikki P were going to call the podcast before Mixture of Variety. We were going to call it World Egg Day, but I guess we'll just have to celebrate it instead. And ladies and gentlemen, and Nikki P, the last one is World Standards Day, something that we don't have.
Oh, I was just gonna say something that we have high
Yeah,
for.
just fucking with you guys. Of course we do, and I hope you guys do as well. Nikki P, that is the last mini holiday for the day.
Oh.
So please give it up one time for mini holidays. Thank you, yes, to the audience.
We love our holidays. They've been pretty good too.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, I'd say.
I kind of want to challenge us, and I feel like because we don't look at them every day, we should take we should look at them each day of the week and pick like 2 that are wild.
That are wild?
Yeah, or thought-provoking, either one.
Well, one day we should just do a random show, and the mini holidays will be the show, and we'll actually click on each one. Because, like, if you go to the page, it'll say what they are, but if you click on it, it'll give more information about it, and we could just go in depth and actually talk more about it. I know you were actually mentioning that a while ago, that we should do something like that.
I see you. Amen. I got the hint, patient zero.
Good, you got the hint? All right, good.
Yeah.
As long as you guys got the hint, we're all good. Yes. So this is, Nikki P, this is actually part of the Zen Habits, and this is also part of the 3 pillars of fearless living. Fearless living. It's just a part of, I guess, like this is a sub-series of that.
Okay.
So the meaning of fearless mastery, a lot of this I kind of read, and it's kind of, you know, talking about their program and stuff like that. We're not trying to talk about a program or try to promote anything. But the name Fearless Mastery brings up a lot of uncertainty in people, a lot of preconceived notions. So we thought about what's behind that name. And we're going to start with each word, fearless and mastery, before we talk about the overall idea. Okay. That sounds good, Nikki P? All right.
Sounds good. Oh, thanks.
Yeah. All right. So, Nikki P, why don't you start with the meaning of fearlessness? Because we kind of touched on that already.
I will. I mean, before we get into it, what's your definition of fearlessness? For me, mine would be just absolutely no anxiety, just going into everything and going.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like nothing, a second thought in my mind.
Yes. Actually, their definition is exactly what I believe it is. what fearlessness is, because it's not like just having no fear. It's
Mhm.
having the courage to face your fear. It's having the courage
Gotcha.
to fight your fear, to fight through those boundaries that are stopping you from whatever, um,
Okay.
in life, whatever that is, mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally, all the above, physically. So go
All
ahead. Why don't
right.
you start with that?
So the word fearless might seem to imply an absence of fear, but what it really means is the courage in the face of fear. When we talk about fearlessness, we talk about the ability to be with your fear, to face it, to rest your attention on it, to stay with it, to become intimate with your fear. This is a completely different relationship with fear than most people have. Usually, we want to get away from fear, to fix a situation so we don't have to feel fear, or get rid of our fear through different solutions or practices. Um, so, the ultimate training would be to turn towards the fear and be with it over and over until it loses its significance and becomes just an old friend showing up
Yes.
who you want to punch in the face. Just kidding. Um,
Yeah.
kidding. Our lives change when we have this kind of fearlessness and we are no longer controlled by fears, and in fact can find meaning and joy and play in the middle of uncertainty.
All right.
Perfect.
So I feel like if someone is scared of snakes and they're forcing themselves to be around snakes, like you're,
Yeah.
10 feet away and they're in a pit, then you're 5 feet away and they're in a pit, then there's one that's loose and just around, whatever, after some months, you fight your fear and you go through it like that. If you have a fear of um, swimming, if you have a fear of, obviously because of drowning,
Planes.
if you have, yeah, if you have a fear like that, you just do you just not go in the water? Do you not even attempt to go in the deep end? Do you just, slowly try? Because once you conquer it one time, that's like the thing with fear. I've noticed that once you've conquered it and broken down that brick wall in front of you and actually went to the other side,
Yeah.
there's no turning back after that. You already have been through that. So now you
Yeah.
already know. Your entire body, your entire soul knows what's on the other side, and you're just not scared anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
And
um,
even for me, just as like for a little example, even what you said, I'll never forget being little and taking swimming lessons. And it didn't help me because I was fearful of the water. Now, I don't know if it was because it was a lake, I don't know. But I remember
could be.
I was in a pool, but like
Mhm.
I was just like, I could do this. And I just self taught myself. I don't know if, sometimes you have enough, like maybe all the neighborhood kids were going swimming and it was like, well, I can't swim. Now I could go in 100-foot deep lake in the middle and just have a grand old time.
Yeah. See
And that's
that?
just something like minuscule, just something like
Right.
little.
Compared to what people are dealing with now, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have this entity, aka the government, that people look up to almost like a god, in a sense that I don't know what to do, please help me.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, tell me what direction to go. I don't know what to do, so you help me. You're the one that's supposed to help me. You're supposed to give me a life raft. When they're telling you that you
Be
must do
fearful.
this,
Be
yeah, like you
fearful.
must do this, otherwise, because this is very fearful. This whole
Yeah.
situation, the whole pandemic was very fearful. But if you don't take this, then this is gonna happen. Or if you
Yeah.
don't take 4 of these things, then this is gonna happen. And that fear mongering is just out of control. You know what I mean? And that's like a 10 compared to swimming or snakes
Yeah.
or something like that, where you're just like trying to do it yourself personally. You know what I mean? It's just, and it's really sad, Nikki
And
P,
even
and it's,
this, look at all
yeah,
the anxiety that went up. You know what I mean?
100%.
Everyone's anxiety was, on edge. And for even still to this day.
Absolutely. Still to this day. And a lot of anxiety is what? Fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fear of the unknown. Like, so obviously in the last 2 years, 2.5 years, whatever, people are definitely in that state, the fear of the unknown, and they have that nonstop anxiety to this day, like Nikki P said, and it's really sad. And you know, I don't know. I just feel for those people.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm so not in that boat, like I'm so not in that category that I just feel bad.
Because we
Like I just have
practice
sympathy for
fearlessness.
them. Yeah, 100%. I mean, you know what it is.
And
You
I
know what
think
it
that's
is.
the thing too, you know, especially you and I, we went to some place I never grew up in. It was foreign to me, like when you and I moved upstate, like upstate New York. And, I lived this life of like, oh, I always have home to go to. But then it was like, no, you messed up your life. So now you have to go away and then you have to live in this house. And
Right.
I'll never forget feeling like, wow, I faced my fear. I'm a real adult. Like I turned
Hmm.
into an adult in that time frame.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah, definitely.
managing money,
Yeah.
doing the right thing, having integrity, paying bills,
Right.
working,
Right. Dealing with
getting
emotions,
yes.
not, you know what I mean? Not just have an emotion and then use something to deal with it. Actually dealing with each emotion, and you have to deal with it in a way
Yeah.
without having any substances in your body. I mean, to me, like that was like one of the hardest things. Plus everything that you said, of course.
Yeah.
A lot, all that. I mean, it's definitely
It
it's
was
like the most
scary. It was
difficult, yeah,
fearful.
the most difficult, scary thing in the world. But like, it's like if we can get through that, we can get through anything. Really, honestly.
But you know what that taught me too? It's like, oh, like I was never super like when I was little, I was super shy. But now because of all my experiences, it's like I talk to strangers all day every day and I get to know them within like 10 minutes. And
Yeah.
it just like created an outgoing, aware person.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there's always
For sure.
hope to get on the other side.
That's right. And speaking of aware people, the process of mastery. So when people hear the word mastery, they think that you need to be a master to have mastery. You need to be an expert to have pro level skills. That's not what we mean when we speak of mastery. In the training, mastery is the process of mastering something, deepening into your training and really staying in the place of learning, curiosity, not knowing. Mastery in this approach is the opposite of being an expert. It's having beginner's mind and being willing to stay in the process of becoming. It's kind of like what we were talking about as far as like
Yeah.
the stages that you get closer and closer. If you're in, the water, or if there were snakes or something else.
Spiders.
Yeah. Mastery is a process, not an endpoint. It's a deepening into, not a final state. Mastery is where the deepest growth takes place, where we become our most authentic selves. Well, bam.
I mean, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. And I don't mean to
Yeah.
toot our own horns, but this is us.
Yeah. This is great. I hope you guys can relate to this because this is like, this is perfect.
And I love that. I feel like I mean, you're doing something new,
Right.
totally new. I mean, you're
That came with a
learning as
lot
you
of fear.
go.
Came with a
Yes.
lot of fear, of course, right? Mm-hmm.
I mean, even just like learning, I don't know, reading a book about something, like you learn something. You can have a conversation with people about this. You know what I mean? Like you just educated
Yes.
yourself a little more or have more life skills.
Yeah, right. That's why you're having the courage to face these things instead
Yeah.
of just saying that, you have no fear. You're
Yeah.
actually learning, you're actually, if you're reading, if you're just jumping right into it like I did, whatever it is. Of course there was a lot of anxiety that came into my move, pun
Move.
intended, move. And everything else that came with it, but sometimes you just gotta That's exactly what I'm talking about. You just got to break through. You got to go to
Yeah.
the other side, and you got to see what's there.
It's like, this is like a weird example, but you've gone cliff jumping, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure you weren't like fearful or like, you know, just like I can't really explain it, but like that moment where you just don't think and you just go.
Yes.
And like you are mastering your fearlessness in a sense.
Right.
Like you're just going for it. Like, oh, the first 10 people went, they're fine. Like nothing is wrong.
Yes.
It's like, oh, I never done this before, so mastery. And
Mhm.
oh my god, my anxiety, what if something goes wrong? Here,
Mhm.
And I'll never forget that feeling of just like liberation,
Yes. Exactly. That's the perfect word.
right?
Liberation.
Am I onto something here?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
because if people are stuck, regardless of what it is, if you're stuck in your comfort zone and you feel stagnant, you're never gonna feel that sense of liberation. You're not.
No.
You're just not gonna. You're not going to feel it if you are because of fear, right?
Yeah.
Because of just you don't know what to expect. You don't know how it's gonna be. You don't know how it's gonna turn out. You don't know if the grass is gonna be greener on the other side. You don't know all these things, and you can use that for something like a move cross country, or you could say that for cliff jumping. You could do the
Yeah.
same thing because you just say like all these things going in your head. Oh, what if this happens, and what if that happens, and
Yeah.
and then you go and you break through, and it's just like the best experience in the world.
Even like the feeling of taking, you studied so hard for a test. You studied so hard, you were, for weeks, blah, blah, blah. And then you take that test and you get a 90 or above. That feeling of, wow, I mastered this for me.
Yes, yes.
I don't know. I love the message here.
No, absolutely. And even Nikki P, even if you take that same test and you get a 63, and then 3 months later you have to take it again and you get like an 86, that feeling is complete liberation as
Amazing.
well. Because you just, you know what I'm saying? Like you fought through, you didn't give up, boom, you made it.
You know what the worst test was ever?
What's that?
The driver's test.
Oh my god.
Like I'm 16.
Yeah.
It was
Wow.
practice for 2 months.
Yeah. Well, shit, I failed the driver's test 3 times.
Did you?
I passed it on the fourth. Yeah. I hit a curb, and then I had dangerous action. I pulled in front of a truck going like 40. Went through a stop sign. Yeah, it was a lot of
You
fun.
didn't.
I swear to God.
God, I wish they
Yep.
had dash cams then.
Yeah, really. Back in the day, I was definitely not mastering anything at that point. I had no mastery in my life. All right, so you want to finish this up with
Yes, which
possibilities
brings
and
us
fearlessness? Yes, go ahead.
so it brings us into our next section, which is the possibility of fearless mastery. When we put these ideas together, we have fearless mastery, a process of deepening into the training of fearlessness, of getting more intimate with fear, and creating new relationship to uncertainty. In this process, we are willing to let go of the ego and humble ourselves. We're willing to make mistakes, fall on our faces, and admit we don't know. Don't know.
Yep.
We're willing to take a look at our patterns and stay in the discomfort for a little bit longer. It is a beautiful process of taking full responsibility for what we want to create in our lives. When we fully surrender to this process, something emerges that doesn't happen when we stay at the surface or stay in safety. It is our fullest selves, our deepest meaning, and our greatest love.
Yes.
Studio
Indeed.
audience.
Yes. That was great. That was a perfect way to sum it up, and
Yeah.
that's kind of like exactly what we were saying as far as if you stay at the surface or stay in safety, this is the same exact thing. Stay
Yeah.
stagnant or stay in
Fall
your
on your
comfort zone.
face.
Yeah,
How many
and not
times has that happened to us?
yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Like
And it
because
keeps
the
happening.
fear, right? And a lot of people live life so cautious in that sense because they don't want to fall on their face again. But it's
I
like if you
do.
fall on your face, who cares? You learn from your mistakes and you keep going. It's not, like don't not do something because of that reason. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you feel like you're gonna fail, so you don't even try. Give it a try. Give it a try. Fuck it.
Why not?
That's what I say. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the third segment of the show. The meaning of fearless mastery. I hope you guys got something out of that. Yes, indeed.
I did.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that was a great one.
I'm gonna literally fall on my face right now.
Yes. No, that was a great one. Big shout out to Nikki P picking that topic. That's all her. Where is she? There she is.
I think here.
Yes. So, yeah.
But did
Nikki
that
P,
make you think a little? Like, whoa.
It did.
All your experiences.
Yeah.
That how you are where you are today at this very moment.
Absolutely did.
Wow. Yeah, we pretty much have lived 9 lives.
Yes. I mean, if you really break it down, Nikki P, I'm sure you could do the same thing. If you break down my life in 5-year segments, they're completely different lifetimes.
Yeah.
Completely different lifetimes. Like from 35 to 40, from 30 to 35, from 25 to 30. Completely different lifetimes.
15 to 20. Oh my.
Oof. I mean, 15 to 20, right? Another lifetime. I mean, it's just so wild to think that 15 years ago I was performing, I was rapping on stage at the Hard Rock in Tampa. You know what I mean? It was just like that was a totally different life. That was a totally different life. And then I had, the relapse situation. I was engaged and I had, a different career. And then I moved and I moved again. It's just never ending. But I love it like that.
I mean,
I wouldn't have it
keeps
any other way.
me on my toes. I could say that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So,
Nikki P, what do they have to do before we get out of here?
Well, please, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to get notified when we are live, which is Fridays at 9 Eastern Standard Time, please go on to, I don't know, Google Chrome, Safari, either one, and YouTube, and just please type in Mixture Variety Entertainment, podcast or no podcast, and please click subscribe, like, comment, and share.
Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the show for tonight. Yes, we love you, Nikki P. I love your face. I'll talk to you in 30 seconds. And
no, it's Halloween time, baby.
Yes, that's right. Guys, have a good weekend. And remember, 2 weeks from now, Halloween show. Make sure to write that down. Stay tuned. All right. Yes, indeed. We'll see you. Have a good weekend, everybody. Love yous.